Have no fear, hippie hero is here. And today we are gonna see what appears in my mind. Um, or more so what appeared on Facebook the other day. Um, so I was scrolling through my Facebook like normal, and I saw a discussion talking about which is the weakest killer in the game. Is it Myers or Freddy? Um, Which is kind of an interesting question, I feel like, because they don't really get talked about too much other than when people say, yeah, they bond three, and that's about it. In the discussion, and there's not really much thought that goes into it. Yep, bond three, that's it. Um, so out of the two, I would say without add-ons, Freddy is the strongest. And with add-ons, Mikey is the strongest. And I'm to a point of talking to Frey where I actually believe it would be best to nerf. Uh, Talking about Mikey's add-ons, I would believe it would be best to nerf Mikey's add-ons. Um, Mikey, his add-ons can change him from like depending on the map offerings, depending on uh what a particular add-on he brings on what map, it can turn him from like one of the worst killers in the game to one of the best. Um, if you have not ever played up against a scratch mirror or vanity mirror Mikey on an indoor map, it is brutal. It's some of the hardest games you can go up against in DBD because they win every single mind game and there's no way to track them. So it's very, very tough to deal with him in that situation. Which I feel like shouldn't be a case. I feel like, yeah, you can be able to stealth, but you shouldn't be able to see people through walls and literally have wall hacks the entire time. Um, uh, I guess it does come with a benefit of, hey, you can't tier one, but when you're winning every single mind game, it really doesn't matter. So it drastically increases the power level of Mikey. The other add-ons he had, the Tombstone add-ons, are still some of the best add-ons in the game for like tunneling a character out of the game. You can instantly off a survivor just by using their add-ons. Sorry, I was getting distracted by game. Um, So you don't even have to hook them, you just done with them. People are say like use a locker, just use a vault animation, but everybody in this game should know like behavior often gets criticized, especially when discussing killers like Huntress and Trickster about the poor locker placement. Like there's lockers right here on this place where I'm in them out, but there's like a good 20 feet each direction around it until you get into another tile. There is no lockers, so that if you go up against a Mikey and they caught you in this dead zone, you dead rest of the game, which is terrible. I don't feel like it should escalate that quickly. Like I believe you should be able to slug or snowball like Oni or a freaking Trapper even is good at snowballing. Same thing with I believe Twins is pretty good at too. Um, but to be able to just outright kill somebody right then and there, I don't think you'll be able to do that with a Tombstone Mori. Um, Not quite sure how you would rework it to make it weaker and more balanced. Um, but as far as buffs for Mikey, I would love to see Mikey actually be able to have survivors where he could regain stalk off of them slowly if he's not in chase with them. And if Mikey is looking at two people, he is only gaining stalk points off of one survivor, which it doesn't seem like that because a lot of times one survivor are leave and he'll still be getting stalked, so it seems like his stalk is going by faster. And then that other survivor will leave and get stalked off of that. I don't believe it should be that way. I believe you should get points off of both survivors at the same time. It may be a little harder at 99, but I feel like that would be part of mastering um his stalk is working with a hard 99. I don't feel like it should be directly 2. I feel like it should be much like the generators where I believe it would count as 1.85. It would basically be like a minus 15% on the second survivor. Um, and I feel like that would help Mikey out a bunch and being able to regain that stalk slowly. I'm not sure at the rate you would regain it. Um, and his other effects of his ability is he vaults pallets quicker and or not pallets. He vaults vault locations quicker, although he does not break pallets quicker, and I feel like at a certain point he should be able to start breaking pallets quicker. That's actually how I would edit a lot of his add-ons, is just give it buffs to different aspects of breaking pallets and vaulting quicker in a lot of situations, which I feel like would add a lot more flexibility to his character, a lot more even boost to him. I also feel like there should be some type of add-ons where if he is stalking, he has ones that make him faster, but I feel like they should make him even faster, which it doesn't really replace his add-ons that I would consider need nerfing, like the Tombstone. Um, but I do feel like he could definitely use a nerf in those areas and a buff in the other areas. With Freddy, however, he doesn't have as much power as Mikey in a lot of situations. However, he's much more consistent. Um, like if Mikey did not run his Tombstone, did not run the Scratch Mirror or Vanity Mirror indoor map, I feel like Frey will always beat Mikey in every situation because Frey has passive invisibility outside of a certain radius. He has passive stealth in that he has a lullaby and applies survivors with oblivious. So it messes up your mind game on every single jungle gym if the Frey knows how to moonwalk. He has a power where he can lure you to dead zones using pallets. He has another one where he can hinder you for quite a bit using the snares, and he can also use those snares as information, so he can track survivors moving across the map through like main buildings and shack and through those narrow corridors, which is extremely helpful. Um, so yeah, he has all that, and then he has map mobility through his teleport. It eventually does run out, but Mikey Stalk does run out as well. Um, so yeah, I feel like Frey is just a better killer in a lot of ways. He can even apply statuses like blindness, which isn't much, but it's something he can apply through his snares, trapping things. And also he has early unhook detection in that he can put snares around survivors on hook, and that really helps them out a lot. Mikey doesn't get those benefits. So yeah, I would say that overall, like, Mikey is better because you have to factor in the add-ons, but without add-ons, I would say Frey runs circles around Mikey every day. His stealth is not that strong in this game unless you have like the perma stealth, and it's not that strong if his survivor knows how to loop. His vaults don't really help him out too much because they're too slow, and yeah, I'm hoping that one day we can see the changes. I know they talked about a Frey and Mikey buff, but I don't see those coming anytime soon, unfortunately. Even though I really, really think we need it to help them both out. Um, so yep, that's all I got for today. I hope everybody has a great and wonderful day, and I will see you all around. Bye bye. There we go.